Hello, and thank you again for watching the last video where I discussed the role of your team coaches, myself, and of course, Peach. And clearly you can understand from the last video and all the communication that we've had so far that he and I are not simply chaperones or cheerleaders. We are doing a lot more for Team GB and a lot more to support you leading up to the competition, and then of course specifically on game day. But what I want to talk to you specifically in this video about is the role of your own personal coach as well as our assistant coaches who are on staff with Team GB. First of all, your personal coach, should you have one, is the person who's behind the scenes and they're actually writing your training. They're writing the recipe leading up to the competition so that we can then help deliver your best performance on game day. And where specifically your personal coach becomes really key and instrumental in all of this is during the strategy and game planning process. And that's why I intentionally requested your personal coach's contact information, and we will be reaching out to them at the appropriate time. As I said, we're going to have an athlete monitoring system where you're going to be able to submit your videos during the peaking block. It's a Google form that you're going to fill out. It's going to probably take you no more than 5 minutes to do that. And then we will be reaching out, myself or Peach, to you and your personal coach to hop on a video call where we are going to collaboratively install your game plan and strategy. That is to say, every single warm-up and every attempt to help maximize and extract your best performance on game day. That doesn't mean that the plan is going to be so rigid or inflexible that we can't adapt. Clearly, we are going to do that in real time. But what it is to say is that when we touch down in Spain and then again in Germany, is we're going to have a plan in place. We're going to have an outline that best represents your strategy, your goals, and we've got something written down on paper so that we can help make that happen. And so your personal coach is going to become very strategic when we are collaborating in that way. Meanwhile, as you're aware, it is British powerlifting's policy to not have personal coaches in the back, in the warm-up room. Matter of factly, they don't want that many cooks in the kitchen. And furthermore, we have qualified and experienced assistant coaches who are going to support both Peach and myself. So that frees us up to have this helicopter view and oversight, if you will, and is just going to allow us to be more effective on game day. And so specifically, the assistant coaches are going to be, in all likelihood, your chaperones when you go get weighed in. We do not want you weighing in alone. We want you to have somebody to go in there to advocate for you, to make sure that the weigh-ins are done accurately, correctly, ethically, and that everything is recorded on your scorecard correctly. Sometimes a 1 might look like a 7, and I've seen body weights and openers transcribed incorrectly. And so we want that information to be accurate. We want that information to represent what you want and what is true. And so likewise, the assistant coaches, who will in effect be your personal handler, they will shadow you the entire day. They will be with you at weigh-ins. And then of course, during the warming up process, they're going to be by your side. They're going to be helping us load all of your warm-ups. And they're going to be with you leading up to you walking up to the chalk box and of course walking out onto the platform. And then as soon as you come back from executing your lift and you come off the platform, the three of us are going to huddle up. That is the assistant coach that has been assigned to you, and then either myself or Peach. And the three of us are going to huddle up. We're going to take a look at your game plan, and the three of us are going to collaboratively arrive at the next attempt and get the right weight on the bar for you. And Peach has been very instrumental in helping to strategically line up the assistant staffs with each of you, so that relationship is cohesive. In many cases, you may have already worked with one of our assistant coaches before, and so we just want that relationship to be symbiotic. We want it to be cohesive, and for there to be as little friction as possible. So we have been intentional in that way to pair you up with people that we feel mesh well with your personality. And so that's how it's going to unfold in terms of game day. As I said, every single person in this process is valued. Your personal coach who writes the training, and of course, most importantly, you. We're there advocating for you. We're fighting for you. We're helping you to extract your best performance on game day. So thank you so much for watching, and do stay tuned for the next one where we're going to discuss the importance of making lifts.